Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we talk crypto and science behind investing regularly. Today, I will take you guys through news and updates regarding to cryptocurrency and blockchain in different nations and other updates which have popped out recently with some perspectives. After which, I will take you guys through scientific articles which shows you data and patterns to enhance your knowledge, which will actually help you in your trading life, in your investment life. Then some findings from scientific articles pointing you towards the positive direction, showing you how to go ahead while looking at the investing market. Then this one shows the fundamental of Ripple, how they are going to use this in this 21st century payment system, and that's the money infrastructure for next. This one article will enhance your knowledge if you don't know much about Ripple the company and about XRP ledger and how it was designed. If you go in this, don't read the entire one, just jump into the Ripple one. You can actually understand how they have designed this and the other details. And in this video, we'll actually describe about GAN indicators, what it means, how it's effective, how you can use that in your trading life, and why it is effective based on the scientific articles. Now you have data regarding this, and it actually explains why you should care about that. Jumping into the charts, what we can see is market is actually moving to the downside. Are you surprised? Don't be surprised. At least I hope my viewers are not surprised, because in yesterday's video when we were here, I actually pointed this out, like, be careful. There are factors in the market which shows you that you should be cautious, showing that the chances or the probability are there that the price can actually go down. Now, considering where we are today, as of now, we'll actually look through the charts which I have prepared. Say this one, actually I prepared this early in the morning, around 3:30 a.m. 4 a.m. in South Korea. So there will be a bit of fluctuation where we are at this particular time. See, it's now 8:30 here in South Korea. So now we'll actually discuss about the other patterns which we have understood from the charts. Say I'll take you guys through different patterns, different analysis we have done, different points which I will discuss, say, which will help you guys to have a better perspective while you guys look at the chart. So this will actually enable you guys to take your own journey in technical analysis. Now you can do this using different indicators or just manual charts, just with the candlesticks, and analyze the support resistance area. If you guys recognize value from this video, please do like, subscribe, and press the bell notification icon. We actually have a target here when we broke below this head and shoulder pattern in a shorter time frame. This is a 4-hour chart. Now we have a target below here that is around 1.98, 1.97. But personally, I don't think we are gonna go that much. But yes, the expected target for this break is here. But at the same time, what you have to consider is how much we have retraced at that. Now this is actually zoomed a bit out into daily chart, and I'm taking you guys into this one. And this one, what you can see here is we have already retraced 26%. Now we are actually moving into a support area which was here, and resistance area here, support area here. If we zoom back in a long-term chart, you can understand it was acting as a support resistance area from a long time. Now when you look at this, the perspective is like we have had a resistance here, and it's also a key level in the Fibonacci retracement. So in the Fibonacci one, that's 0.25. So if we are getting a support, now we have multiple factors here. One, the previous resistance area, which is going to turn as a support. Then a long-term support area, Fibonacci retracement levels. Now, looking a bit more, say when we pushed up from here, we corrected around 13%. Okay, cool. Now, when we pumped from that area, now we are retracing 26%. It's kind of double, huh? Not exactly, but still it's kind of double. Now, why is that? Is it kind of a trend which we are actually laying down in this uptrend or the markup? Now we'll analyze that. We'll actually zoom in. This one actually shows you, see, from the beginning, this is, zooming in on a 12-hour chart, and showing you guys what's happened. Now I don't think it's that much clear here in the display, so I'll try my best to showcase this. Okay, now this one is actually showing you the first pump was around 16 percentage, the second one was increased and the pump was 23 percentage. And the next one from its bottom is around 60 percentage. Yeah, not exactly, but around 60 percentage. Now what you can see is first time the momentum increased from this pattern. Yeah, I haven't mapped this out because this was just 4 point something. So say the momentum increased, it changed from consolidation pattern and started moving into this one. Now this actually connects you back to my previous video in which we were actually discussing about a broadening wedge and a reversal pattern here, so that the trend is changing. Now in this particular one you can see that we changed the momentum, we shifted to this side and it increased by around 20 to 35 percentage. Now that is not bad, but after retracing here we just more than doubled it. Was if it is 46 you can say it's a double, but we are around 60, so it's kind of near to the 300 percentage mark. Now when we actually analyze this, even zooming in a bit more and looking at it in a different perspective, now we just saw that how the price actually moved, but at the same time we also want to know how much it retraced as well, because if we look at this one you can actually understand that. Say it went up 16 percentage, then came down around 10 percentage, then went up around 23 percentage, came down around 13 percentage. So you can see that when the price is actually moving up, this same ratio here is increasing. Say from here we moved up around 60 percentage, the correction is around 29.9, say 30 percentage. What we are expecting now in that area, if we are expecting that, then the price should actually reach till this point of support. So this is not only this week but also including this resistance here and this resistance here. So if we zoom out and get back into the chart to check where it is actually, you can actually see this particular area which is 0.24. So in the charts it's showing you 0.24, but personally I think it's kind of a tight call. Maybe we'll actually wick till there, crush that area and or touch that area, just floating and then coming back. Now why I'm looking at 100 to 106 percentage rise, because looking at this pattern you can see that the percentage is kind of increasing. Now here it was 30% 35 percentage, then we increased around 300 percentage, not exactly, but yes, somewhere near. Now if you are looking at the same projection, then the next pump or the bounce should actually get you somewhere around 106 percentage or minimum if it is following the same momentum. But if it is having the particular projectile, then it should be somewhere around 150 percentage. Now yes, being a bit conservative, we can expect the same type of pump, then it should be somewhere near to that area. Now why I'm showing you guys this is so common, so basic. When price moves upside, it has this pattern, higher high, higher lows. You should keep that in mind when guys are pointing you towards, yes we are here, it's gonna blast, or yes we are there, we are gonna die. You actually have to confirm this. Look at these arrows, it's going up, coming down, going up, coming down. Now this point here aligns with resistance here, so this resistance is supported here, then it went up, it came down. Now this particular area is acting as a resistance previously, like was acting as a resistance previously, and it should be the support here. So that is the key which I'm showing here. Now in this one we actually zooming a bit out. This is daily perspective. We're zooming a lot way back and looking at what happened previously before 2017 when we started a bull run. Now here we can actually see a head and shoulder pattern, but it's not exactly similar to what we have in our charts now. We do have a head and shoulder pattern here. If we zoom out, we can see that we have something similar. Now this is in a 4-hour chart, so it won't be exactly similar, But if we actually jump into a 12-hour chart, I think it's more or less similar to that. Yes. Now what we have here is something similar to this one, right? So when we are looking at this, what you have to understand is the RSI was also showing you a reversal. Mhm. And here it was showing you that the potential is that the price may go down. But the price didn't actually go below or even wick below the neckline here for this particular pattern. It just got bounced from there. So if we are comparing that here, we don't have that. We actually broke below that and we are moving towards the downside. So I personally believe that it's the same pattern repeating and enhancing itself, which actually happens a lot of time with XRP. If you actually zoom back out, you can actually see a small pattern emerging here and then it blew up like this. So if you actually look at that, you are getting something similar here. You got a small pattern here. Now it blew up a bit big. Now hopefully it's gonna repeat itself and it's gonna enhance, or it's gonna be a bit bigger than what it is now. Now we'll actually look at the next one which I have prepared. Say this area, the correction was around 17%. Now why I'm showing this? Even this correction happened after the blast after the top, and this was about this pattern. So if you look at where we are now and zoom out, you will see that it should be somewhere above this, but we are way below that. I kind of agree, but cycles tend to rhyme itself, but there will be kind of changes in time and fluctuation. You have to keep that in mind while you study the market cycles and try to understand the patterns. You should also keep in mind that it is true that there will be deviations. Now when you see this, yes, there are similar patterns occurring, and there was a previous correction somewhere around 17%, but it was being supported even after you were pointing down to the RSI was pointing down. Still the price was moving to the upside. Now this one is a bit more zoomed out view. This is a 3-day chart for XRP, and this one you can actually see that this is kind of a Wyckoff pattern if you analyze, but I'm not actually directing you guys towards that method. Instead, I'm looking at the support resistance area, which are pure without much indicators, just clear candlestick. So if you look at that, you can see the wick targeting here, and this is kind of acting as a resistance area, but this area was acting as a support in this instance, and it started acting as a resistance, and as of now it is still acting as a resistance. But as we discussed previously in the Wyckoff pattern, we know that within two support or resistance levels, the price tend to move and then it will break below the bottom trend line support and then come back, retest that area, and if it is able to break above that, it will go test the upper one. Yes, we did that. Now we are retracing back again, so we will test this area. So that is usually called the last point of support, or LPS in Wyckoff methods. So if we are going to get that, we should be expecting a bounce here, which actually coincides with what we discussed here in this pattern, right? If it is going to bounce from there with all those indicators, I believe we will actually see higher momentum. Now in this one, you can actually recognize that this is even a zoomed out view. This is what those who have billions or millions who are investing and trading these markets, they will be actually looking at the macro level charts, at least weekly or monthly charts. Now I'm actually looking at a weekly one, which will be more convenient for both guys. So in this one, what you can see is in the longer term one, you can actually look at the RSI, which is actually pointing you that the price is not below the upper trend line resistance, as we just discussed in the Wyckoff and long term perspective. In this one, we actually managed to break above this, but we hit a momentum resistance here. Now we are coming back to retest this. So if you align that with this one, you can actually see, yes, we actually broke above that. Now we're going to retest this. Now this is a key area to be monitoring. If you are going to do this, say trade this market in a shorter time frame, which I really don't advocate to you guys because it's kind of risky. But yes, if you have a lot of XRP in your portfolio, then you can think at doing this, because if this is not gonna break and it's gonna make a bounce here, then that can be a buy signal, and that buy signal is on a weekly, which shows you that the return on that particular investment will be high. Now that's my perspective based on what I've learned through the articles, journals, books, and patterns. Now, moving on to the next one, this is what I have kept for the last, but we also discussed why this is really important for me, because I'm considering this as my trend line support resistance area from here, because I actually did my own research for last 1 week using GAN indicators. I went through different articles suggesting what it is and how it actually comes up with its indication. Now you actually, if you go through this, you actually have that in your pattern. Say this one, take, like most of them will be similar, familiar with fib retracement. Like it's just about that. You can take anyone as you want, but I think Gantt square and Gantt square fixed will be most appropriate. Now in this one, I'm actually showing you guys, I plotted that one out, and what I personally think is, as we just discussed, we get the same support resistance area here. You can see that it is aligning with this resistance here, this support here, this support here, this support here, and then a slow resistance area. It's showing you that the price resisted there, bounced above that, then got a support there at the bottom line, and then it went back up, and then it got support around the top line. It bounced from there, came back down, retested that area. It made sure that that area is a key support. The buyers are defending that range. Then it burst from there. It went up, slowly grinding to the upside, and made about this particular line. Now that area was acting as a support, and that's kind of the neckline of the particular head and shoulder pattern which we were discussing previously. Now we actually just broke below, and we were actually discussing about price being supported from 0.25 to 0.4, right? So in that area, even the Gantt chart is actually showing you that the price may not go much low, retesting this area. Instead, it may get corrected somewhere here. We can expect a bounce here. Now, that will be only validated once we get that bounce there. Say, if we are not getting that bounce from here, we can expect that our manual analysis, which we usually do, works well than these automated indicators. Like if we are coming down till here, or at least here, that's our analysis, that's this resistance area, support resistance area, the top of that, then it means more or less, yeah, both of us are kind of correct. But if it is coming down here, I think mine is better. Now guys, this is the first article which I will actually take you through, which is showing you that it's actually from Peter Vass, showing you that PayPal to throw their hat in the ring for UPI payment services in India. Now they are actually, looking at a giant market. India is a giant market, right? The population there is high, hence along with that, the remittance towards the country is also high. So the competition between payment providers and banks for transaction and payments business will be huge. Now this is from XRP Crypto Wolf, showing you South Korea's tax policy association proposes a 2-step on tax. Now I'm actually really confused. Some months back I read an article and described to you guys that there is not going to be no tax for next 2 years. That's cool, but this is kind of, now the economy is coming down, slowing down with that China trade tension. Now the virus hit. So they are really slowing down and they need some kind of strength. So in South Korea, tax experts gathered and proposed a transaction tax on cryptocurrency before leaping straight on an official income tax. So they are also looking at an income tax. Anyway, that's not much better news if you are looking to live in South Korea for a long. Anyway, I'm not pointing towards that direction. Now this is XRP Crypto Wolf. It's showing you MoneyGram is expanding its use of Ripple and XRP by enabling corporate and personal bank account transfers to be powered by RippleNet. Corporate and personal bank accounts. So that means for retailers and institutions as well. They're actually expanding their network. They're allowing more customers. They are giving more services and products, which, when you are getting rewarded using new products, the customer satisfaction level goes to much higher. Now this is kind of neuroscience. You are kind of using your own customers. Say for example, why we are saying this, This is kind of, neuro marketing. If you actually know that, that is like marketing techniques are combined with neuroscience. That's kind of a difficult science in business management, and I'm not much into it. I'm an engineering guy. But if you guys want to understand that, I will take you guys through that. You can let me know that in the comment section below. I'll give you literatures and books for that. And why? It's not only to understand this one, it's actually in every way. Now, I won't take much time. I'll try to wrap that one in 30 seconds. Okay, now that's, you can see. If you're going to a restaurant, if you're going to a supermarket thinking you are only going to buy this one, and you end up buying a lot of other things. Why? They're using neuromarketing. They're using neuroscience. They are analyzing each and every different human beings and putting music, lighting, colors, each branding and everything to persuade you to buy that stuff. So that is neuroscience. Okay, now moving on to our XRP thing. The next one is from Mac Attack XRP, showing you XRP and Ethereum poised to dominate two early use case for cryptocurrency. Now, we heard the news that they're going to combine, they're going to have their platform partnership in between, they're going to do it. And if you're actually looking at, yes, we actually understand that XRP from payments and settlement industry and Ethereum based on their ERC20 token and the smart contract platform, both are going to be much more dominant in next couple of years and the years to come, considering all other networks, even Bitcoin just as a store of value. Why I say this? I'll play this much video for you guys.
I think in the context of, is XRP centralized or decentralized? It is very clearly decentralized. I, as CEO of the company, can't control the XRP ledger. I can't change a transaction. The irony of this is, as the XRP ledger has become more decentralized, Bitcoin and Ethereum have become more centralized. Obviously, lots of people are aware of the 51% attacks. You now have 3 miners in China that can control the Bitcoin blockchain. So when I hear people kind of making the points, is the XRP ledger centralized? I think there's a lot of people out there that are fighting holy war.
If you're a Bitcoin maxi, I'm sorry about that, but still, if you guys got value out of this content, please do like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon. I'll meet you guys on the next one. Bye for now.